So this is Andre. I'm Benjamin, and we're just talking about. We like to participate in a specific community called, what's it called?
Gratitude.
Gratitude community, yeah. And we're talking about how, and this is not a bad thing. It's just it is what it is, and we can do whatever we want with it. I've expressed my concerns in the past about people willing to cross boundaries without permission in the community, and it does happen. It happens. It's okay, but that's our first. What's the word?
Like response, our first
No,
reaction, or
it's our first introduction into the idea of boundaries. Maybe it's not, but this is taking the work to, like, progressing with the work is to start using the work, the distinctions, and the training and things like that to start helping people create healthy boundaries in relationships that align the relationships a lot better, like they start to fit together in a more perfect way, you might say. And we were just talking about typically what I've seen, and I've done this myself, and there's nothing wrong with this either. You get introduced into the trainings, and it's this free-for-all of excitement and fun and joy and love. It's great, and contribution and service. Did I miss anything? Okay. And it's great. We all love it. It's great. And eventually people tend to go their other ways. They get tired of it eventually, or some people stick around for a long, long time. But most people that are in the community are not active, not directly participating in staffing, things like that. Most of the community is not. And that's very telling. Now, I've expressed my concern about boundaries in the past, and Andre was just kind of affirming that we both see kind of the same thing. Now the thing is what do you do with it, right? Do we actually point it out and say those people are crazy? They're not crazy, but it's like that's like the extreme of what we might say about people, right? It's a judgment, which there's no possibility there. Or are we committed to something greater, like the kind of work we've been doing, where we're creating new curriculum and continuing education for not only the community, but it's applicable for everybody else. It's taking the work to a very high effective level where we start to heal the separation between us and our results and understand how they actually showed up through tools. Anything?
No, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I mean, just giving people new ways of living, really. Like,
it's funny you said that. I was thinking you should be a living facilitator.
Living facilitator.
I was thinking that earlier when you said that. We were talking about your title.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the word living, something like that. Like
facilitate your life.
Yeah, something like that, right? Anyways, we're up to, you can, when you point at something in the world, you can be absolutely right about it and do nothing with it, or you can remove the absolution off of the being right, because there's nothing wrong with actually seeing something and wanting to correct it. The question is are you committed to coming up with a way of correction that works for everybody, not just your own opinions?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For everybody, the whole. So instead of everything being separated, are you coming up with concepts that bring it back into the whole? Which is exactly what I wrote down in this book in here I wanted to talk to you about today. So perfect, right?
Yeah, we ought to do it.